Hi everybody, I'm Lisa. Welcome to Your Healthier Way.
And I'm Kurt.
If you've watched our 90-day smoothie challenge video, you will have seen that Kurt had done 90 days of drinking only smoothies, and it was the same type of smoothie for that time. We did measurements, and he had lost 12 pounds of body fat and gained 2 pounds of lean in 3 months, which is really good. Also, he did a 5K race. So I would like Kurt to talk a little bit about that now. So could you tell us why you did this, if this is something you do on a regular basis, and what the results were?
Sure. Well, let's see. When I got into doing the Red Baron Smoothie Challenge, I've talked in other videos about the reasons why I did it. Kind of help clean myself up, give my digestion a break. It also had to do with some conversations that I was having about the possibility of being able to not only live but thrive off of just a plant-based diet without a lot of supplements, without animal-based proteins and things like that. So we went and did some, we already did some videos on the results therein, so go ahead and watch some of those. But part of the culmination of that also was to run a 5K. And the reason that we chose to do that was just to kind of, I guess, come up with not really a baseline, but maybe a result of what sort of improvements the hard work that I did could actually bring to me. And a 5K seemed to be a good way to sort of measure that.
Or no improvement, because a lot of people think, oh, on a smoothies there's no way you're going to have energy, there's no way you can exercise, you need the protein, you need a different sort of fuel, you need your starches. Right.
And it was, it also brought a good way to sort of celebrate the end of the challenge. So I think a lot of us would want to celebrate something like that with a large meal full of chocolate cake or, cheesy, starchy foods and things like that, and culminating or celebrating an accomplishment like that by actually doing a physical challenge, I think, sort of capped it off with the right intent. So there was that as well. So that was really kind of the basis of going forward and doing a 5K. There was a few different reasons, but it was a good culmination, and kind of gave me a good idea where I stand, based on the dietary plan. And if you remember, I also did an exercise regimen involved with that, so I got to see the results of some of my work there. And I haven't really engaged in anything like this in some years. I did run a little bit when I was younger. Before I met Lisa was the last time I did a 5K. So that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And I took up running a couple of times since we met, but it never really lasted more than a month because my dietary habits were not good, and my running technique was a little antiquated, so I ended up not feeling well after about a month or so, and I would quit. And so I never really picked running back up in that 12-year period since I met Lisa, and this was an opportunity to sort of move forward with that and see where I stand now.
Or you had hip and knee pain too.
I did,
when you were running, before you changed your running style, which I think you're going to do a video in the future on.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about the techniques
style
of running and maybe the dietary habits that can kind of help, because I think some of the joint pain that I experienced in the past, we're starting to realize through experimentation, had to do with my poor digestion.
That too. Now, how many people total ran this race?
There were 612 finishers.
612 finishers
in this particular race. It was the Frosty 5K in Fairfax, Virginia.
Okay, and that was males and females combined. So out of 612 people, how did you place in there?
I was number 46, right? Number 46.
And for the males, it's also divided by age group. So for the males in the age group of 45 to 49, you were in the top 3. Right. So you were second in there. And I don't want to say that it's important to to beat your time or beat someone else. I'm really not into the whole competition when it comes to races. I hadn't even been to a race in my life, and this was pretty exciting because they had the Christmas music, the upbeat Christmas music, and everybody took off. And you know, a lot of people didn't have people there to support them, you know, to come to at the end of the race. And I thought that was kind of sad. But I'm sure a lot of people do this on a regular basis, and it's nothing for them. But I thought it was a pretty big deal, and it was exciting to see people as they come around the curve and they come to the finish line. And like I said before you did the race, I said just do it like you're going for a run around the block, like you're going, you know, for exercise, and don't worry about what you come out. But the reason that I talk about how he placed is because it was surprising, not just that you finished the race, but that you had the energy. You weren't exhausted, you weren't lacking. In fact, you got up extra early that morning to have a high carb smoothie to give yourself enough energy.
I did some yoga. You
did some yoga?
Yeah.
And we did some massage the night before, and you took some time to digest it, and you were able to finish the race. And I think that's what's important. It's just to see how our bodies react with different ways that we eat. And it just speaks to the effect of food and how our minds and our bodies react to that. So, you know, I think races are great if you just, you know, want to do it for fun. And some people are into the competitive aspect. I just think it's great that you did it. And Doug Graham, for example, talks about, in his book 80-10-10, he talks about numerous athletes that are on vegetarian, vegan, and raw vegan diets, and how well they do. So again, it's not about the competition and winning, but it's about how well you can do with yourself, you know, and you can be in better shape at 46, say, than you were in your 20s, and a lot of people are, because we learn from our mistakes, and we change our habits. So,
and Tim Van Orden is a exemplar case.
Yeah, Tim Van Orden, Running Raw is his YouTube channel and his website, and he started, I think, in his late 30s.
I believe so.
Yeah. And I think he's 46. I think he's
the same age I am.
He's your age too. And he's a raw foodist, and he had, you know, all this endurance, and he had an injury later on which stopped him from running. But, you know, he did great. So that's it. That's the wrap up for the video. Any last words? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that coming up with challenges for myself has sort of helped me to have something to look forward to, and gives me a reason to take good care of the organism that is the vessel for who I am in this life. I do not profess to be a Tim Van Orden, and I probably never will be. I don't have that competitive spirit. But this is something that's fun to do, and that was one thing about the Frosty 5K that I really enjoyed, because we live in the Washington D.C. metro area, and there's a lot of people in this area that are very, very serious about running and bicycling and the competitive spirit and things like that, which is great. I'm not, and I'm not a pro, and a lot of these people are at that level, and I was really worried about going into a race with people that were going to be really serious about doing something like this, and there probably were some of those at the very front of the pack, but for the most part, the people that were out there running were doing it to have a good time. Yeah. And that's kind of what I went into this doing. I think that, you know, maybe I could have had a better time if I had started maybe up toward the front of the pack or something, but it doesn't matter. The point is that I did it, I had fun with it, and I'll continue to do things like this and have fun with it until it's no longer fun, and then I'll quit.
I find those things are I mean, although intrinsic motivation is the best motivation, sometimes you need a little push, you know, and I know that there are people that have gone on, like, they change their diet, you know, they see a nutritionist, they lose weight, and they make it a goal to even walk a mile, because they might not have even been able to walk a block. So it was really neat to see some folks did the 1 mile. Right. They had the kids that did their toy, what is it, hot trot or something?
Hot trot, right.
So whatever motivates you to do something good, you know, or whether it's making YouTube videos. That helped us the 30 days we were doing raw vegan experiment on ourselves. So we'll see what else Kurt conjures up in the near future. Thank you for watching Your Healthier Way. See you next time.
Thanks.
Happy holidays. Hi everybody, welcome to Your Healthier Way. I'm Lisa.
I'm Kurt.
And?
No, wait.
You're not Kurt?
Am
Am I Lisa?